Call to order. The first one was an aborted attempt. Larry, I'll let you note who is present. I don't think there's anything on the consent agenda. Financial report, Ed, you sent out. There's really been no transactions. Does anybody have any questions?
No transactions. We're still in very good shape financially, riding out the pandemic.
Yep. Everybody but the service workers are. We'll roll into admissions. Ann.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Nice to see you.
Hi.
Good to see everybody. Yeah. Just a couple of updates. You can read most of it. Unfortunately, our cadet who was in the class of 2021 that left for his LDS mission in Taiwan has been medically disqualified, and he will not be offered readmission to West Point. So that's really unfortunate. Let's see. We did have 2 offers of admission. One was declined, one was accepted. The one accepted was Eric Brilliant. His dad is Dr. Steve Brilliant, a former Army doctor, and is now a doctor at the Reno VA. So if any of you are using VA care, you may run into Steve. And I've passed his contact information to Bill because Steve and his wife definitely want to get involved in the USAPON. So
and we had a long discussion yesterday.
Yeah. Good to hear. He's a really good guy. I've spoken with him a number of times. So, so I look forward to getting him involved. If we ever hold an event again, you'll probably get a chance to meet him and his wife. And then our only other candidate that we expect to get an offer into the class of 2025 is Brianna Bolton, who is in USMAPS and is now fully qualified. The USMAPS people seem to take some time. She does not have an offer yet, but usually they come out on Tuesdays, which is today. So I see absolutely nothing holding up her offer. So I expect we'll have 2. And then you saw we've got 2 in SLE. Unfortunately, SLE is going to be virtual this year. At least they're doing something versus last year where they canceled it altogether. And we have 2 candidates in that. One from Hug High, Riley Gillis, who is Spencer Gillis's younger brother. Spencer is currently a yearling. And then the second student is from Virginia City High School, which is somewhere we don't usually get candidates from. So it's good to see that we're kind of branching out a little bit. And then the only last thing I have is that we are going to get a MALO in the Reno area. It's Captain Carol Carr. She's due to move into the Reno area around Memorial Day weekend. And so once she moves in, she knows she's going to contact me, and we'll sit down and discuss how we want to divide duties. And hopefully we'll invite her to the next board meeting just to introduce her to all of you, and you can see who she is.
Is she active duty?
Is she a grad?
Not to my knowledge, she's not, because I haven't seen that in any of the traffic. I didn't ask her that, but I'll let you know. She was. It looks like she only recently became a MALO, and she was working out of Colorado. And then her job, she took a job here in the Reno area, and that's really all I know. But she is fully qualified as a MALO. They have to do some training and get into their system, and she has done all of that, which is good.
The IRR? Or?
I don't know. We haven't had a conversation. She's in the middle of moving. As soon as I get more info, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I definitely should invite her to our future meetings. I have no problem with that. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Anybody have any follow-up questions for Ann? Thanks, Ann.
Nope.
Great report.
I'll talk later.
No. Bill, USAPON.
So in USAPON, I think it's the 4th or 5th, whatever that. I think it's Sunday at 1:00. Tentatively, we're trying to talk to people and see what's best. I think is it June 4th or 5th? I can't remember. I have a calendar.
4th is a Friday, 5th is Saturday, 6th is Sunday.
6th. Okay. The 6th at 1:00. We're going to do the same thing as last year. Signs, dessert this time, and food. A little bit of light food, lunch after church, and we're going to hand out the signs. And we're not going to do a formal dinner or anything or picnic. Just it's cheaper that way, and then we don't have to charge anybody. So we'll have sandwiches out here on front, like last year, with some better video.
And you said 1 p.m., Bill?
Yeah, right at 1 p.m. That's still not hard passed. I want to talk to everybody, make sure what's the best time. Any other ideas for the weekend? I want to do it on the weekend, and it's got to be about that time because they start taking off on vacation. And I got to make sure I got to check on graduations if there's any conflict with graduation. It's really quick. We put the signs out. I think like almost everyone showed up last time. Just a couple people picked up their signs separately. That said, I'm actually going to volunteer the next 10 hours to all volunteer groups that I support. And I'm going to dig into the website. I've been talking to a lot of people. The cadets' names are not private information. They're posted at schools. If they get the academies, they're posted at the academies. They're posted different places. So on our website, I'm going to make just a schedule of just first name, last name, and the year and the academy. So people can see that. Then I'm making a higher level security package behind it that you log in. You have to sign up and log in. And I have to give you permission to, you got to, it's more than just USA for password. And it'll have a roster of who the cadets are, who their contacts are, and who their parents are. And I want to try to expand that a little bit more. We get a lot of old grads who want to help too and just want to meet them. So maybe we'll do more. And hopefully if COVID's over, the other thing would be something around Christmas time. It's always difficult at Christmas time though, to have a dinner. It's the only time you can do it, but it's difficult. So, and then finally, a couple of parents, they're going to do a Nevada day this year, a Nevada package. That's it. Just send them one of the boxes. So that's about it.
Good. Anybody questions for Bill? Perfect. So now we're just into the old business items, and we should be opening up, fingers crossed, knock on wood, June 1. Hopefully everybody's got their vaccines. If anybody's an anti-vaxxer, I don't want to hear from you. That'll just be me.
I got my Moderna.
The issue, I thought we had picked a date for our annual meeting picnic. I don't see it in my calendar.
I couldn't find anything where we had, and of course we didn't know when all of the COVID-19 stuff was, or 21 rather, was going to be over.
Yeah, the virtual leaders conference is the 12th, so we could do anything from the 14th, the 20th, 21st. We had some discussions. Some people were going to be around. I think it would be nice to have an in-person meeting. We'll go back to what we had kind of had on schedule 2 years ago. Now that things will be open June 1st, I'm not as reticent of trying to find recommendations for a couple of places where we could do it, kind of a catered event. That's what we had talked about trying to do. I think we should try to stick on that. I think it would be good. Well, let me preface it this way. Does anybody have a preference of whether it's the weekend of the 14th or the weekend of the 21st?
You would be okay with me.
Okay. Here it is. I had the 21st of August is a to be designated.
Tim?
Yes, Ed.
I'm still supposed to be at West Point for a finance committee meeting on the 12th of August.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't said it's going to be virtual, although it may wind up being that way. And if that's the case, I'll probably be on the East Coast on the 14th of August. But I should be able to handle the 21st.
Okay. Yeah, and I see that on my calendar. I had put in as a to be designated date. So I did find it. It was there. So I'll still try to hold August 21st. And let me switch around if anybody wants to make inquiries at other places too. Let's do that. I'll try to get something maybe locked up by the end of the month or the first part, and email around. If anybody else has any ideas, that would be great. Do we think it would be worthwhile just for capacity basis saying if we hold our annual meeting and picnic on August 21st, catered event, would you attend just so we can get a rough idea of the numbers that we're looking at?
Yep, that would be good.
I've got some ideas on location.
Okay.
And especially if you're talking outdoors, that's more appealing to people, so I would put that in the inquiry, just so they know.
I'm not a Survey Monkey junkie. I don't know, Bill. You probably are. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Can you do just a draft and send it to me and let me take a look at it?
Yeah. Well, you guys send you send what you want to ask, and I'll do the technical side. Just
Okay.
email them. Anybody can email them, or email you, and then put them together, and then I'll put it in the technical format. I've got a lot of ways we can do a survey.
Okay.
By the way, the place I was going to mention is I went to Bartlett Ranch for a retreat a week ago, or 3 weeks ago, and they've got this house with bathrooms and place for food inside, and then a porch around it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anybody's seen it. You know, it's nice out. It's incredible. It's really nice place, and it's not that expensive.
Yeah, I've been there before. If the prices had changed, it's fine. We went away from there. We had it there a couple of years. We never used the main house because the rent on it was too high, but we used the pavilions a couple of times.
Yeah, but on the house, I think if you're a nonprofit, you'll get a lower rate.
Yeah, it was several $100s is what they were asking the last time, and then we have to find a caterer who would come in. The prices may have changed over the years.
I think it's 180. Don't quote me on that though, but it's super nice. It's got bathrooms and it's clean. It's all neat and it's beautiful.
Yeah, we just got to get somebody, a caterer, come in and set up and deal with that. So, but it's definitely something to put on our radar screen to see if we can get that lined up. So I'll try to get the questions. If anybody has any thoughts and ideas on the questions to send out on the Survey Monkey, send them to me. I will do as Bill requests. I will consolidate them all and we will send it out. There's no more than 10 questions. And frankly, I don't want to really ask more than maybe 3 because otherwise people sometimes don't respond. But we can ask more if we want to.
And I'll set up, I'm going to do something too. I'm going to set up a MailChimp. It's like almost free. A MailChimp CRM system for us to do that.
Since I can barely get past Survey Monkey, I'll leave the MailChimp to you.
It's pretty easy.
Founders Day, nothing really to carry over from that since we're a long way out, but we may want to think about that. And that'll be a good one, I think, actually at the annual meeting to make sure we discuss issues with people, and hopefully we'll get a good turnout. If the weather's nice and everything's there, that should be good. The same issue of trying to have kind of other social events since we're going to be opening up June 1st, we may be able to start just kind of some informal meet at like one Bismarck's or meet at one of the other brew pubs if people want to on a particular afternoon, and then we can try to start pulling ourselves back together again and getting stuff done. Going on to new business. I'll go down the agenda items first. Third quarter meeting. Which is going to be July, August, September. Ed, why don't you give us your dates first? I'm going to look and see if
Can we have our third quarter meeting together with the summer picnic?
Oh, that's right. Well, that's what we had. Yes, we can. We should. So that'll be August 21st. The scheduling Founders Day. I was going to ask you, Ed, when you're back there at the audit meeting, can you see what their thoughts are on kind of Founders Day? If there's any early information about that for next year, what may or may not occur?
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully they will have the finance committee meeting at West Point, but I sort of have a feeling they're going to have to do it virtual again. I asked them about it a couple of weeks ago, and they said everything is up to the soup. The soup is the one that creates the policy for the academy, and everybody follows.
Good to be the commander.
Yeah.
Okay. Annual picnic is on the 21st. Location to be determined. Any other new business or informational items?
Did Larry? We're going to bring up that virtual Founders Day for us.
Yeah.
So
Bill said he thinks he can do a virtual Founders Day for this year, and if we want to have any hope of getting the Distinguished Society Award, we will have to do Founders Day.
Did we have to do one separate? I thought we got credit for participating in the one conducted by West Point.
We got some credit for doing theirs, and I'll check with her and see if we still have to do a separate. But if you remember in that list that Izzy sent out, it was to have a virtual Founders Day of your own. So I'll call her tomorrow and see what she has to say.
Okay.
But there were 4 of us that joined that virtual one.
Yeah. That's it on the agenda. Pretty light for this quarter. Anybody else comments, suggestions?
On that virtual, I think that would be pretty easy to do. I just have to get some kind of simple itinerary, and then just each person take a part, put an email out, then just do a quick Zoom, and you're done. I think it would be pretty actually easy. I mean, it's just like this, and you give people a chance to warm up. And I think it also we'll get some people who are more tech savvy probably coming in and being available, and helps us run down people. So I think just the process of doing that builds an organization. I support about 3 or 4 nonprofits and some work we do. And I've seen which the nonprofits that still try to get together have survived. The ones who haven't have really lost their membership. These are paid memberships. So
I think if we pull I'm happy to support, be part of the virtual one. I think one plus might be to have at least some of the cadets, if they would like to participate.
Yeah, we can invite the cadets too.
I think that would be a helpful. That would be a draw. Let's just put it that way. That would probably be a draw.
And you need a main speaker too.
Yeah, and Bill knows 2 cadets he could get for that.
I don't know. It's hard to say. Kaylee and Joanna have different personalities. We could talk about that. Yeah. They're coming, but they're busy people.
Surprise, surprise. That's it on the list. Short and sweet today. Unless somebody else has something else.
I'll give a quick update, Kaylee and Joanna. So
if anybody,
go ahead, Ed.
If anybody wants a USMA license plate, I can help them do it. I think everybody has one except for Ann.
And Brad. I get one for Brad.
Is there any way you can put veteran on there and USMA? I don't think so. I got the veteran plate.
On my plate, I don't have veteran.
Yeah.
I was limited to 6 to 7 spaces.
Yeah.
And they would not let me start with US.
Oh.
So I have 61 USMA.
That makes sense.
I think you can start with US if you have the Patriot plate with the flag on it, because its preamble is US.
Wow.
For that style of plate, because mine's just USMA. But I have the eagle with the flag plate, and so its preamble 2 letters are US. So they just expanded it to USMA. But I don't know if they still offer that. I've had it for so long.
Mm-hmm. I think the people that have had plates for a long time have plates that start out with USMA and then their class.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Anybody else? Any comments?
So 2 seconds. Let me give you an update. Kaylee's a firstie, just about, almost in a few weeks. It's incredible how fast that goes. And she's back here for 1 week. I think around June 5th and 6th, she'll be here that week, only 1 week. She's regimental staff at Camp Buckner. At Beast Barracks, first detail. So her, and then Joanna is a D1 diver. She's been on ESPN. She did pretty well this year diving. Both of them have done well academically. And but it was fun watching her live stream 3 times. Didn't get to see her, but got to watch her dive. And she's going out to Buckner early with they go out early, all the athletes, mostly football players. So they're going out to Buckner, and then they meet up with her class, and then they leave early or something. And they go on some leave, and they come back for diving camp. So it's fun to watch the girls. They seem to be doing well. So I'm really surprised they're both there, to tell the truth. I'm always surprised. And I can't tell you exactly what, but there's a special announcement coming out on the 9th, on Mother's Day. Yeah, I told my daughter not to date.
Got an idea what that might be. Good.
As a secret. No one. So now he's going Medical Services Corps Medevac, 7th in his class.
Wow.
So
good. What's Kaylee want to do for her branch? Is
she's going quartermaster. This branch thing is crazy what they do now. They start right after plebe year. They get interviewed. They go through a process. It's not all about academics. And she's going quartermaster CTLT. Her summer is regimental staff. I think it's regimental staff. She's a supply officer, and it's whatever they call beast. I think it's regiment, isn't it, for beast? And then she's a supply officer, and then she goes on leave for a short period of time. Then she goes to CTLT up at Fort Lewis, Washington. I think it's Lewis McCord now up there. And she is quartermaster. She's tracking quartermaster. She's quartermaster, MP, and I forgot what third was, quartermaster, MP. And she wants to eventually go law.
Speaking of law, I saw the new dean is the head of the law department. So kind of young too, youngish, I suppose, class of 96.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kelly really likes law.
Yeah. Law department's done well. That's all I have. Anybody else? Brad? Nothing? No words of wisdom from the Air Force guy?
Okay. Let me stop recording if anybody wants to say something.
Okay.
We're back recording. Say goodbye.
Bye.
So, hey, wait, before you leave, just 2 seconds. You and I just were tentatively looking at Founders Day on June 4th. You'll be looking at the itinerary and developing a process, a layout, probably about 30, 40 minutes. It's a Friday, June 4th. I'm looking at a speaker, and it would be on Zoom, and it gives something to work with. We'd also have a rehearsal of the key players who are going to be presenting at the Founders Day. It'll be about 7:00 at night on a Friday.
Yeah. Very good.
All right. We're all done. Say goodbye. We're at the end of the meeting.
Goodbye.
Meeting after the meeting.
A meeting after the meeting. Yep. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Always know that the Army goes